Greetings and salutations, y'all, and here comes the dog. Hi guys, sorry we didn't do the live last week. The camera looks fuzzy. Why is it fuzzy? Is it dirty? Live chat. On. Alright. Sorry we didn't get to the live last Sunday, but Mama has been busy. Mama is working. And Mama has a busy ass weekend coming up, so we're going to do this tonight. And it's not going to be a dragged out one because I still got shit I got to do tonight. So how has everybody been this week? Memorial Day weekend we got coming up, so it's a busy, busy. Yay, Tukawaka! Girl, I love Tukawaka. Everybody in the whole fucking world, I love that girl. She fucking rocks. Hello, Marlene Lopez and Deck Boy. How are we doing tonight? Almost getting tongue-tied. You drink. It's not soda. It's unsweetened iced tea. No more sugar for Mama. Okay. So, we're not going to draw this one out tonight. Mama got shit to do still, but I wanted to get this in while I got time. I got a really busy weekend, so there will not be a live on Sunday. So I wanted to get the questions. How are we doing? How are we doing? Mama busy. Mama, y'all like my t-shirt? Oh, it's backwards. Is it backwards to you guys? Not today, Satan. Motherfucker. It's been a hell of a week, y'all, I'm telling you. Alright, let's go with the questions. I'm here to help. I'm giving y'all my time. Mama got shit to do. Who got questions? Too funny. Yes, I love it. Hello, Jillian. You know what? That's probably why everything looks fuzzy. Mama ain't got her glasses on. That could be it. Let's get my glasses on here so I can read this shit. Whew. And it is hot, y'all. I'm telling you. We didn't even have a damn spring. We went from snow to summer. We're going to break records tomorrow. All that good stuff. That's a little better. Okay, when I was born, my parents dried my placenta and gave it to me. I use it in some work. Would you consider that like blood? I wouldn't consider it like blood. And it would be your connection to your mother and not necessarily yourself. I wouldn't say, even though it was your placenta, it was her placenta. Her body created it. So that would be, I don't know, I would maybe use that in something ancestral maybe, but it is definitely not the same thing as fresh blood, no. I was wondering, where do you recommend purchasing 7-day candles? I can't seem to find really good ones. I'm not quite sure what you mean by really good ones. I generally get, it depends. Like, I can get most of mine, and seriously, y'all, I'm going Target, Walmart, Dollar Tree. I'm not paying $5, $7 a candle at the damn Botanicas. I'm not. Now, the only thing I will buy candles at Botanicas is colors that I can't find anywhere else, and that's usually black and orange. Those are the hardest colors to find, and those ones I usually got to break down and pay the damn Botanica prices. But and for real, y'all, Target got some really nice damn 7-day candles. They burn a long time, they burn nice, and they're cheap as fuck. Seriously. Don't waste your money on that Botanica 7-day candle shit. And you know, as far as specific candles, like, you know, for the different deities, the different purposes, and it's like, you know, screen printed on the fucking glass and shit. I mean, meh. I mean, you can buy those, but you can get the same color candle way cheaper and write your own shit on it. Put your own pictures on it. Put your own intent and your own stuff on that. You don't gotta buy them screen printed, you know, fucking candles and shit. It's a waste of money, in my opinion. How can one use flowers from the crossroads? So you're, I'm assuming what you're saying is you're picking flowers from crossroads and you want to know how to use them? That's the way I'm reading that question. I suppose you could use them in road opener works or to honor crossroad type spirits. Trying to think about this one. I know what I use my dirt to crossroads for. So I guess flowers would be along the same lines as the dirt. They're coming out of the dirt, they're growing into dirt. That makes sense to me, right? When using gopher dust on a target, what do you recommend? I recommend that, number one, you don't get it on yourself. Use fucking gloves and, you know, goggles, and be fucking careful. Don't get that shit on yourself. There's different ways to deploy powders. I mean, get creative with that shit, y'all. I've given people gifts with powders and oils. You know, enemies I'm talking now, because you're talking gopher dust. You can give it in a gift, which is great, because then they're, you know, they're thinking you're this wonderful person when you're really hexing their ass. You can send it in cards, is one of my favorite things. If you have your target's address or know where they live, send them a nice friendly card and dust it with powder. Always you can deploy it where they walk, where they're going to touch, like a mailbox, a door handle, a car door. Their vehicle is something else that's good to deploy it on. Anything like that. Anything they're going to come in contact with is a good way to deploy any powder. Ones that burn evenly. Okay, so when it comes to 7-day candles, you always, any candle you pick up that you're looking at to buy, turn it over and look at the bottom of the candle and make sure that wick, that metal part that holds the wick in the candle, is center in the candle. If it's center in the candle, then you should not have a problem. But a lot of them, you know, when they get poured or some shit, they'll go off to the side as the wax is cooling. So always make it a practice, make it, you know, grain it in your brain that whenever you buy a candle, pick it up and look at the bottom of the candle and check that wick and make sure it's center. As long as the wick's center, you should have straight burning candles. Check Target. Yeah, and they're great. And it's like free shipping on $35 orders, so, you know, you don't got to pay those massive shipping costs. Now, as far as Target, you know, brick and mortar stores, mine doesn't carry them. I got to order them from the Target website, and I order, you know, in huge bulks, and they come in these giant boxes that I can't even lift, and it's free fucking shipping. So, you know, that's great too. I was thinking the same thing. Thank you. Yes. I'm thinking of giving it as a gift to my target, stuffing inside a teddy bear. Yeah. I mean, you can do that. Like I said, one of my favorites is plants. You know, I'll give plants as like a house gift, or, you know, anything that you, any kind of gift, anything your target's going to touch or come in contact with. That's where you want to deploy your powders. I made my own saint image candles before, printed out the pictures from Google and used the glue stick to attach it to a normal 7-day candle, and it worked wonderfully. Absolutely, I've done the same thing. And even you know, I'll take a damn Sharpie and I'll just write, you know, I'll take the candle and I'll write the prayers I want, you know, if I'm using Psalms or certain prayers, I'll write them on there. You know, I write my client name, or, you know, whatever I'm doing. I just draw it on the damn candle, and then I can draw my own you know, sigils and all that kind of stuff, or you can print images off the computer and just tape them on there, or, you know, whatever. I would not, I don't spend money on those screen printed, you know, candles. They're just a waste of money to me. I am moving near power generating windmills and a hydroelectric dam. Can I use these for work, or will they blow my fuses? The dam I think could be useful, or more specifically, if you can get the water coming out of that dam, that would be very useful, and where it would be like a waterfall, like a man-made waterfall. And if you, as the water is pouring out of a dam like that, that's a lot of energy. And the water, you know, you can harness that energy in the water, and that would be something really good to use. Windmills. I'm thinking of the forces of wind and air, and if there would be some way to work with a windmill in that aspect, and I don't think so, because it's not tangible to use in a work. Like, you can't bottle air from a windmill and put it in a work. I'm not seeing the windmill being useful, but the dam, specifically the water from the dam, or the energy of that water, that I think could definitely be useful in some work. Questions? Let's go, guys. Mama got shit to do. I still gotta get my bath. I got tons of shit I gotta do tonight. Do you think you could use them as giant whirligigs? No. Well, I wouldn't say that unless they're on your own property. The whirligig protection is for your property and your home and your space. So if the windmill's like a mile away from, you know, your fucking house or whatever, I don't think that would be very useful. You're welcome. I'm hoping I'm helping y'all. That's my job. Mama been so busy. Oh my lord, Mama been busy. What a fucking week, I'm telling you. And I'm in damn Facebook jail. I'm in Facebook jail, so I couldn't put the video out there, you know, like the advertisement that I put up. I couldn't put it out there in all the groups like I usually do. I can't put my sales up. I can't fucking do nothing. And you know why I'm in Facebook jail? Because I shared a post directly from my page to my own group. Immediately when I did that, I was thrown in Facebook jail. But in Facebook jail, if you admin or own groups, you can still post in those groups. So I'm like, I'm in trouble for posting a link from my own page to my own group. So you put me in Facebook jail, but I can still post in my own group, but I can't post in other groups. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with fucking Facebook, but Mama's having a hell of a week. What are the symptoms of being cursed? It really depends on the type of work that was done, of what the symptoms are going to be. But general symptoms would be like really bad luck, lots of arguments and fights, like nothing's going your way. Depending on the type of work that was done, there can be illness involved. There's all kinds of signs when there's shit. Did you guys see that? I just caught it. And the cat, like an orb, just went beep. I just caught it when I looked up. Crazy. Coming home with me? Who's coming home with you? I had someone report me having chickens all. I'm not sure who did it, but I used your hot foot powder on a candle spell. We'll report soon. Awesome. Yeah, when you do something like that, if you're doing it on a candle, just inscribe the candle or do your petition as all unknown enemies, seen and unseen. Make sure you always say seen and unseen, known and unknown. When you're dealing, even if you're dealing with an enemy that you know who the fuck it is, add that in there. Always. Seen and unseen, known and unknown, all that. Cover the whole fucking shebang. Do you have any tips for building a spiritual business? I should, shouldn't I? But I really don't. I'm learning as I go. This is all new to me too. You know, the business aspect of it. My spirits are stomping her feet, you know, to open a shop, start helping people. My advice would be, before you decide to open a shop, you better know your shit. You better know your shit, and you better have built up some kind of credit in the spiritual community, like, so people know who the fuck you are, and your lineage, your background, who taught you, you know, all that stuff, before you even think of opening a shop. I've seen a lot of fuckeria going on Facebook today with these people, you know, that are getting all their knowledge out of book, and it happens a lot with, you know, the ATR systems. You know, these uninitiated people are doing all this shit that they got out of a book that's written by another uninitiated person. It's just, there's so much rampant fuckery going on, and there's so many people opening shops. You know, I would have never opened a shop, but my spirits wasn't having that shit. And I'm learning as I go. I'm learning how to deal with clients and, you know, all this stuff. The light settings that I was given permission to start offering like a week or so, 2 weeks ago or whatever. I just got permission to start offering. No, this is opening up a whole new avenue of dealing with clients. And, well, technically it's not work. It kind of sort of is. It's like a baby step to doing actual real work for clients. So I'm learning as I go how to deal with clients in this type of way. So I wish I could help offer more advice on that one. What's the best way to connect with your ancestors? All right, well, I mean, you're already connected to your ancestors. But the best way is to just talk to them. Talk to them and honor them and venerate them daily. And everybody always thinks you need this big elaborate, you know, ancestral altar and like all this shit, y'all. You don't need all that. Your ancestors are you. You are them. They are in you. You're already connected to them. You just got to strengthen them. Okay? So to strengthen and elevate them, all you need is to give them light, which is a white candle and some water. This is all you need to elevate your ancestors and bring that communication about. And I think I said this on a previous video though, you need to do it daily. It has to be done every day. You need to take 10 fucking minutes every day and light that candle and talk to your ancestors. Say a prayer, one prayer every day with your ancestors. Talk to them daily. And that bond will grow and they will become stronger. And if your ancestors are strong, you ain't got no fucking worries. Do spirits ever attach to pets? I have a dog that's weird as fuck. Of course you would. I have dogs that are weird as fuck. Oh, the spirits attached to pets. I personally have never seen a spirit attachment on a pet. Now, I have seen people that attempt to put work on people's pets. I actually, I don't remember who it was, but I remember somebody was talking about, they had a pesky neighbor or something, and the neighbor had a dog, and so they decided to put hot foot powder on the dog because the neighbors would pet the dog, and it backfired. What wound up happening was the neighbors wound up, like, a week later taking the dog to a shelter and, like, getting rid of it. So, you know, and I have seen, like I said, I have never seen a spirit specifically attached to an animal. I have seen work done on animals, and I have seen spirit animals, but not like a foreign spirit that actually attached to an animal. I have not seen that. But, you know, I make it a regular practice, and I was actually talking about this with a group of seasoned root workers that we started recently, and you have to keep your pets protected. You have to, you know, as workers, our spirits, and we put our protections up, and our spirits protect us, and this and that, but we seldom, you know, we protect our homes and all this stuff, but we seldom think of the rest of our family. And anybody that's a root worker should be very well versed in the art of war. The book, Art of War, by Sen Soon, or that's probably not the correct name, but it's a book called The Art of War. Everybody needs to read that book. If an enemy wants to get to you, they're going to get to you at your weakest point. And it doesn't matter what that point is. That point could be, like I just told you, the story where the neighbor had the dog. That was their weakest point to get to that neighbor. The weakest point could be your kids. The weakest point could be your spouse, or, you know, whoever you're in a relationship with that's, you know, in your area all the time. It could be your really close friends. It could be your mom. You need to make sure as a worker that everyone in your life that you're close with is fucking protected at all times. Because even though we ourselves are protected, enemies will attack them to get to us. So it's always a good practice, and it's better to cut the head off the snake before it bites you. You know, that's my theory. You don't know if your question went through. It was when I go to places where there are a lot of spirits hang out in the cemetery with invisible friends. Other than covering the head, how would you recommend protecting oneself from them? I mean, absolutely, I would never go to the cemetery without my head covered. You can always anoint yourself with a protective oil. You can carry some kind of protective amulet, gree-gree, mojo bag, something like that. But the best way to stay protected when dealing with cemetery spirits is to honor the keeper of the cemetery, the gatekeeper, before you even enter the cemetery. Before you even enter the cemetery, you pay homage to the keeper of the cemetery, and you leave coin, rum, smoke, flowers, what the fuck ever at the cemetery gate to allow safe passage. If the keeper of the cemetery allows you safe passage, they'll allow you safe exit as well. So as you exit, I always do a thing when I exit cemeteries. I walk out backwards, like literally walk out in reverse. So I make sure nothing's jumping on my back and I can see behind me. And as I exit the cemetery and pass through the gates, I stop again. I might, you know, blow more smoke or rum or drop more coins, and, you know, ask the keeper of the cemetery, you know, to make sure I'm safe when I'm leaving and nothing is, you know, coming home with me, and stop, you know, close the damn door right here. You know, along that line. Okay, so that was what the coming home with me. Yeah, your question did not come through, but it did now, so hopefully that helped you. There it went again. The orb in your house reversed. Oh, it did? I didn't see it that time. I got some major shit going on right now, y'all. I'm telling you. It's busy. Hello, Brooke. You must have saw the queen bee oil. Yes, the queen bee oil with the hornet in it. And the fucking douche. Y'all, ladies, please don't be falling for the spiritual, vaginal fucking shit. Please do not fuck with your hoo-has. Do not insert any of this conjure shit. I don't give a fuck who, how reputable, what the fuck. Do not insert any of this conjure caca into your fucking hoo-has. Okay, please, I'm begging you. Y'all don't fall for this shit. Your fucking vajayjay is magical as fuck as it is. You don't need no fucking voodoo douche wash or some fucking shit to get a man. You really fucking don't. You don't need it to keep a man. Your fucking vajayjay can do that all on its own. Please don't fall for this shit. Do not fucking do it. This is 100% fuckeria. It really is, y'all. And these people are going to end up with lawsuits. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Also, hi Nothingness Chronicles. Is my friend okay? He's alive. He's not physically injured. I don't want to talk too much about this because the situation is still kind of happening, but he has been found. He is no longer missing. As far as his mental state, we're not too clear on. So this is kind of still of a deal that's going on, so I don't want to talk too much about that. Good morning from Germany, Maharet. Horrible, unethical to do negative work on a pet, in my opinion. It is. But there are horrible, unethical workers out there. Y'all gotta get off this thing where you think, you know, this shit is peaches and cream and roses, man. It's not. It's not. Balance. Everything's about balance. For every fucking one like me that's out there trying to help people, there's 10 more trying to fuck them up. They will work on your kids. They will work on your parents. They will work on your weakest point to get to you. It's the way anybody would attack anybody. Art of War, y'all. Get versed on the Art of War. Study it. Read it. It is very, very much. I mean, while it is a military manual, if you look at it through the lens of a worker's eyes and apply those to spiritual attacks and defense and all that kind of stuff, it is an invaluable tool to any worker. Art of War. Not the puppy. Yeah, it was sad. She was like, oh man, I fucked up. They took dog to shelter. Are there negative effects when cursing someone in the family? Let's say not related to you, but related to your spouse. Absolutely. When you marry into a family while they are not physically ancestors and blood, your children will be. And people don't often take that into account. If you're married to somebody, you married into their family lineage, you're going to have children with this person. If you curse that family, someone in that family and that blood, then your children could suffer the effects of that. And this is a lot of times how generational and family curses come about. It really is. Y'all got, I've said a lot of times, you got to look at everything from every angle. You really got to look at shit before you do it. Hey, I finally made it. Hello, Kayla. I always leave the gatekeeper 3 coins. That's excellent. I might suggest leaving 9 coins, however. Is Greg the man I will be marrying? Honey, I'm not doing readings. This isn't readings. This is questions to help in Conjure and Rootwork and Witchcraft. Not reading time. My YouTube crashed twice. Oh no. It's not me this time, I hope. Look at that. And I got a new charger. It's really cool. Look, it lights up. Oh my god. Of course, my dumb ass. I want to show you the thing and I knock it out. Look. It lights up. Can you see it's all like blue? It's really good and it's keeping my battery on 100%. I've been doing this video for 30 minutes and it's still on 100%. So that's fucking awesome. I'm crazy busy now. All my offerings started rotting quickly. I sat and made an agreement that I would connect on an agreed amount of time. Now my offerings last all week. It's a trip. My offerings actually, they usually last a long fucking time. I mean a long fucking time. I have shit that's been around for like 3 months and it ain't fucking rotten. And that's the thing. If spirit and their energy is present, that shit, it'll last a long fucking time. It really will. It's incredible. Hello, Denise, the Wandering Artist. Just logged in to hear you say the word hoo-ha. What the fuck? Stick that in my badge, right? And it's... Anybody that doesn't make tinctures, oils, you know, this stuff that we use. The plants, the herbs, anything that was alive, okay, which is plants, herbs, sticks, whatever, and there's the cat. All this stuff harbors bacteria, and you need to, I don't know, I can't, oh, that video just made me want to, that video made me want to throw up in my mouth, like so hard. That was nothing but a boiling pot of bacteria. Like, honestly, it was. And even, like, I had to figure out some kind of stabilizer with my floor washes because they are plant-based. And they would grow bacteria, especially if they weren't refrigerated or something. So that's why, you know, when it comes to, like, even, like, floor washes and stuff that you're not even putting on your body, there's still, I still put some kind of stabilizer in it. I either use like vinegar or I'll add a little bit of pine sol or something to kill that bacteria in it to stabilize anything with plant matter. Anything that was alive, plant-based, anything like that is going to harbor bacteria. And she's selling that to people and they're sticking it up their hoo-has. And I tell you what, David Sosa, if y'all don't know David Sosa, he is an Olarisha in the Santeria Ocha tradition, and he is fucking phenomenal. I love that. I love that man. He did a live earlier talking about the Conjure douches and the queen bee oil with the hornet in it. And he brought up some really good, pertinent points. There should be red flags to anybody that is looking at this conjure shit. Number one, I have never heard, ever in my life, heard of anything that had to be inserted in your vagina. For any fucking reason, in any fucking tradition. Never fucking heard of it. The only thing that should go in your vagina is a dick and a tampon. That's it, y'all. Don't put anything else in your fucking vagina. There's no need for it. It is its own ecosystem. It cleans itself. Number one, red flag. Number two, red flag. You see all this shit for women. Okay? You see, you know, the vaginal things and all this stuff geared and targeted towards women, but you never see it for men. Men, there ain't no oil that some man got to rub on his pee-pee or something. Like, that's another red fucking flag. Why is it always women? Women got to do this, but men ain't got to fucking do it. Red flag, y'all. Tons of red flags on this shit. All you got to do is use a little bit of common sense. A little bit of common sense. It's not a flower that grows in everyone's garden. I am so sad to say. And it really fucking, it really upsets me. It really does. It's some fuckery. If y'all know David Sosa, his video that he did about it is on Facebook and it's public. Go look it up, because he blew that shit out of the fucking water. Voodoo douche, yeah. Extremely dangerous. I'm seriously wondering when there's going to be a lawsuit against this fakery. Eventually some people are going to get hurt. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yep. And there will be lawsuits, I guarantee it. Jesus is the answer. He paid the penalty for your sins on the cross. Believe he is God and that died for you. That he rose again. Admit you are a sinner and call on the name of Jesus and you will be saved. Honey, I work with Jesus every goddamn day. Hallelujah. Wait, someone is douching with hornet water. No. The hornet was in an oil. It was like a queen bee oil or something to get a man. I'm sorry. Queen bees don't have men. They don't need men. They're fucking queens. Okay, so why would you use a queen bee oil to get a man? If you the fucking queen bee, you the fucking queen bee. I'm just saying. But it actually didn't have, they weren't using bees in the queen bee oil. They were using wasps or hornets or something. Yes. Fuckeria. Looks like I'm losing weight. It does? That'd be nice. I actually haven't weighed myself in like 2 weeks or something. Maybe I have lost a little bit of weight. I might have, because, you know, summer, you know, winter we all gain a little bit, you know, but it's summer now, and so I'm yard working and I'm gardening and I'm, you know, I'm out and doing shit. So yeah, I probably have dropped a couple pounds. It usually happens every summer. Art of War is on my reading list, actually. A lot of this work is very much warriorism at its finest. Abso-fucking-lutely. And a little tip, y'all, the book Art of War is actually available on YouTube as an audiobook. So if you don't have time to sit down and read the fucking book, just put that fucking video on and listen to it while you're, you know, doing the dishes or some fucking shit. Everybody needs to study that book. You need to read it 20 fucking times. Have you ever read the book Italian FolkMagic by Mary Grace Farun? It's super interesting and helping me connect to my roots. No, I have not. And I actually have a lot of Italian in my ancestry, so I might have to look that one up. Since there are a lot of sham hoodoo sources out there, any books or sites you recommend? I did book reviews on a previous video, on a previous live. I'm not sure which one it was, and there went another orb. Did y'all see it? I caught it again. I did a video on book reviews, so I'm not gonna like rehash that, you know, for all my regulars. What was the other part of that question? Or sites I recommend? I recommend my site. PrimitiveRootsConjure.com, honey. I'm the real deal. Who else could I recommend? What sites could I recommend? Who's the real deal? Anna Marie Elliott owns a shop called Bayou Moon Conjure? Or it's Bayou Moon Southern Conjure? It's something along those lines. She has really good products. She sells herbs and candles and, you know, all that stuff, and her stuff's good. That's about it on shops and people I know that have websites and stuff like, because a lot of people that I know, that I work with, that, you know, do readings, like, they're not even online, y'all. I'm telling you, these elders and the real deal aren't on this Facebook, YouTube land. They're not. They fucking stay low-key, and all their clients pretty much come by referrals and, you know, stuff like that, so they don't have a website you can just fucking go to and stuff. Do I hear Tool? 10:09? Probably. You saw those? Yeah. Santeria causes harm to animals? I mean, are you a vegetarian? Because if you're not, don't come at me with that bullshit. Everything causes harm to animals. Look at the fucking animal kingdom, y'all. It's predator and prey. When the lion takes down a fucking zebra, it's nature. You know what I mean? Animals die. When it comes to the traditions, and I'm sure you're referring to sacrifices, they are actually treated very humanely. They are honored. Their spirit is very well honored before they are sacrificed, which is way more humane than the agricultural meat system. So if you're not a vegetarian, don't even come at me with that shit. For real. That's some fuckeria right there. Not putting nothing in my vajayjay. Yes. Y'all don't fall for that bullshit. Your vajayjay is magical as fuck, and it can get any goddamn man out there. You don't need some fucking voodoo douche to make it more motherfucking magical. For real, y'all. Real talk. Not enough common sense these days. People have forgotten how to use their brains. Abso-fucking-lutely. The dumbing down of society. I'm so sick of this gal fucking with me on my job. I seen your post in the group. I put a spirit in a hornet's nest. Can I stick her in there too? Or is that going too far? I'm pretty mad. I always am an advocate of taking a step back before you do some negative shit, and reapproach it when you're not so angry. And I know when you're pissed, believe me, honey, I know. When you're fucking pissed, you just want to... You're furious and you just want to fucking blow their whole goddamn world to hell. But I am a firm believer that not to jump into things too rashly, especially negative type workings. I usually wait, take a step back, and look at it again when I'm calmer. Because when we're angry, we don't think clearly. And that's how shit backfires. That's how shit goes haywire. That's how shit goes out of control. That's how shit manifests in ways that we didn't intend it to. It's great, like, to hang on to that emotion, so if you decide to do the work, you can use that and recall it. But I definitely take a step back, breathe, look at it again when you're calm, and then decide. Also, ask your damn spirits, yo. For real, ask your spirits if that shit's justified. Like, can I fucking do this? And are y'all gonna back me and be cool with it? That's my go-to right there. Ultra Neuter, I killed a cat. Get the fuck, what? Fuckeria Friday, y'all. I'm telling you. Hornets kill bees anyway, so it makes no sense. The first thing that popped into my brain was allergies. What if somebody looked at this queen bee oil and thought that was a bee in there, but they don't have a bee allergy. But what if they're allergic to wasps and hornets? And then they're putting that shit all over themselves. Like, I see some fuckery lawsuits coming, seriously. What's with all the trolls in here this week? You talked about working on the elements before. Do you use the 4 tools? Wand, chalice, etc. I do not. In my path, those are not tools that we use. Who the different in bad pot versus hex work? Like, I see people say, don't leave hex work in your home. And on the other hand, I see the older workings have the bad pots in their homes. Are you talking, I'm assuming by pot, you're talking about jar work? I mean, it depends on what it is. I have several jars that are kind of hexeria, and I keep them around because I keep adding to them. You know, like I have a work I do to stop gossip. Okay, and it's in a jar. And I keep it. And anytime I see somebody that I need to shut their fucking mouth or something, they go in the jar. They just go back. They go in the jar with everybody else, burn a new fucking candle on top of it. It really depends on the work. A lot of work has a time frame. And you're going to want to do it and get it out, bury it, you know, get rid of it or whatever you're going to do with it. Most hex work should be buried, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. It depends. It really depends. Hello, Rebecca. Glad you joined us tonight. Had a long, rough day. Honey, I've had a long, rough fucking week, I'm going to tell you. No Wi-Fi here. I'll catch the replay tomorrow. Loving the Florida water. Oh, excellent. I'm glad you like it. Using the hot foot too. I'll have to leave a review. Awesome. Thank you, honey. I'm glad you like it. My Florida water, honey, I cannot keep it in stock. I can't. It flies off the damn shelves. And what's fucked up is I made it for me. Like, I need the shit. And I can't even keep it for myself. Everybody buying it. Can you explain the use of pins, sewing needles, and nails used in love spells and crossing spells? Do they correspond with certain workings? Nails are used to nail things down. Okay, so they are used in a lot of binding and hexing kind of work. They can be used in positive works as well. But nails are always added to nail that shit down and make it stick. Pins, I honestly don't use pins that often. I don't. I use them in candles when I'm doing timed work. Like, if I have something that needs to burn, like, 3 days, you know, I put pins in the candle. So when it burns down to that point and the pin falls out, I put the candle out. And I'll relight it the next day until it burns down to the next candle. And I'll put it out when that pin falls out. Sewing needles, on the other hand, can be used in works that you want to cloak. So, for example, if you're doing a work on someone and you don't want them to see where it's coming from, you can snip the eye off the sewing needle and put that in there, and that blinds the target's eyesight. This is my first time on your channel. Absolutely love it. Well, welcome, Jenny. Glad you joined us. Most of the time in Santeria, the animals are eaten after. Absolutely. Unless it's for cleansing. Or for the Orisha. Ask for specific disposal. Absolutely. And usually in animal sacrifices, not only is the spirit extremely well honored and the animal is treated extremely well and killed very humanely, they are eaten. And most of the time, as as she stated, most of the time they are eaten. And the parts, nothing's wasted, you know, in Conjure. So, you know, if it's a bird, the feathers are used, the feet are used, the heart is used, the head is used for something else. You know, every part is utilized for something. Nothing goes to waste, unlike grocery market meats. Thanks for reeling me in. Good call, just venting. I understand, honey, believe me. I hear ya. You're tired? Well, I don't know what to tell you there. Hey, how you doing, Crystal Winter? Can you talk about your last year's journey and how it affected you without giving away too much? I mean, the journey's way not fucking over, y'all. I got schooled on some shit this week. When you join a tradition, when you initiate into something, people see this so wrong. They look at it, I don't know how, they look at it so wrong. They think, you know, oh, if I get initiated, all of a sudden, I'm going to be powerful. All of a sudden, I'm going to be able to do this and do that and all this stuff. And it is so not about that. It is not. You do not gain instant power. You do not gain instant knowledge. None of this shit. And really, what the journey about is working on yourself. You got to do so much self-work. You have to face all your fucking demons. All of them. You have to come to terms with the deepest, darkest shit that's happened to you in your life. And you need to learn how to work with that and to heal it. Because if you don't take these steps and you don't do these things, you can't grow, for one, and you can't help other people. And I've seen people go crazy. I've seen people lose their minds. Literally lose their minds after entering into traditions because of the shit that you got to go through and you got to deal with within yourself. That is the hardest journey and the hardest work that is ever done. It's really fucking hard. And there's always more. You know, like you think you dealt with this issue and it, you know, you brought it to the surface and you know you're working on this thing and okay, so I did that. Let's put that down and let's work on this. But that ain't going nowhere. It's gonna come up periodically and you got to deal with that shit. It's a really, really tough journey. These traditions are not for everyone. Like, I had someone come to me last week in my inbox wanting to initiate because they wanted power. They wanted to be more powerful. They wanted to learn witchcraft and all this and that. And I sent them packing. I'm like, this traditions ain't for you, honey. They ain't fucking for you if that's what you're coming into it for. Go somewhere else. Look somewhere else because this is not your path. It's so not what people think it is. It really is. It's a hell of a journey. I got the present that I'm going to send, and I have some of the most nastiest things inside. To Hux, my target, I think you mean Hex. Should I keep the teddy bear inside of my house or outside on the patio? I mean, if you're gonna work that thing, you know, if you're gonna power it up per se, like burn candles for it, smoke it, you know, whatever you're gonna do to activate it, I would keep it obviously in your house until those things are done, and then I would probably suggest putting it outside after all that. Yeah. Fuckeria! I saw someone recommend putting a selenite stone in their fish tanks for positive vibes. I told them they better take that shit out of the water before it dissolves. Poor fish. What the fuck? Who doesn't know that selenite dissolves in water? I swear, y'all. I swear. And you know what else? I was trolling Instagram today, and I seen somebody made a post, and she said something like, you know, I can't do all your work for you. Fucking Google is free, or something like that. I don't know how many of y'all been around long on my channel or watch my shit. I said that same exact shit. I made a meme with Snoop Dogg. Because everybody went in these groups on Facebook and they're asking for free spells and free shit. That wasn't an orb, that was a fly. So I made a post and it was like, I need a spell for blank. And then it was Snoop holding a card up and it said, Google's free. And I got kicked out of so many groups and got so much flack over that fucking meme. And now, fucking a year, 2 years later, people are doing the same shit. You know, I'm like, I have always been ahead of every trend ever. I know some of y'all know I'm also a clothing designer. You know, and I do collections and stuff, and I do fashion shows, and I do photo shoots, and I do all this shit. I haven't made anything in a while because I've been really fucking busy. But I've always been ahead of the trends. I've always been ahead of the curves, and everybody always gives me flack over it because they don't get it until they get there. But when they get there, they're like, oh, we fucking get it now. But I'm always the bad guy. You can go crazy? Abso-fucking-lutely you can go crazy. You can lose your goddamn mind. Sacrifice honors the animals. It is a part of their agreement on Earth. It helps fulfill their path, and it is mutual. Abso-fucking-lutely, honey. I think you should keep most of your works to yourself until they are done, so other people can't mess with it. I agree with that, and I also agree you should keep your work to yourself, period. Period. One of I'm not big on the creeds and all this shit in witchcraft, but I know one of the creeds is something like, don't ask, don't tell, or it's not spoken of, or something like that. This new trend of everybody showing their work and taking pictures and announcing to the world that they're a fucking witch and all this and that, it's gonna die. It's gonna die out. It is this trendy fad thing going on. Another 2-3 years, it's gonna be gone. I have quit posting images of my work online. The only images I will post is something for the shop, to advertise a product or something like that. I will no longer post images of my work for anything. I don't need people to know what I'm doing, and I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I really don't. Y'all don't need to see a picture of my fucking work to know I'm the real deal. If y'all know I'm the real deal, then you need to go somewhere else. I don't gotta prove myself to fucking anybody. So yeah, this social media thing, I've actually contemplated recently totally leaving social media. Most of the people in my house have left social media. Everyone's kind of jumping on the bandwagon and they're getting off the Instagram, getting off the Facebook, getting off the YouTube, you know, and all that. I've contemplated it. I might actually do it someday, but at this point, it's where I am most helpful to people at this point in time by doing these videos, answering your questions, you know, and stuff like that. So until I reach a point, along with my brethren, of helping in other ways, I'll probably stick around for a little bit. But I really hate social media. I really do. It is like the bane of this work is social media. Missed a lot of questions. Hold on, I'm scrolling back. If you're a sensitive person, if you're an empath, how can you practice hoodoo? I don't really understand that question. Being empathic or sensitive would help you practice even more, in my opinion. I was never empathic, like never ever. But through, I'm trying to put this in a way that I can put it. Through different, initiations and ceremonies and all this and stuff, we can sometimes gain gifts, and it's not always gifts that, we want or anything like that. And I got a very rude awakening after the last ceremony that I was a part of, that I had started becoming a little empathic, and it was totally new to me. Like, I was, I never had this before, and I didn't know what was happening. Like, I would go in really crowded places, like the DMV or something like that, and all of a sudden I would get really sick, and, like, just feel nauseous and, oogie, and I wasn't understanding it in the beginning. I was like, what the fuck, and then I'd leave and I'd be fine. And I didn't understand what the fuck was going on, but apparently I'm like, I gained empathy at some point through this journey, and it's not appreciated. I don't like it. The best way to handle that is grounding yourself and protecting yourself. This is what I'm learning, because it's still new to me, this thing. Grounding and protecting is of the utmost importance if you're of this empathic type, so that energy doesn't affect you so much. I don't leave my house unprotected. What are your favorite mineral curios? I use all kinds. I'm not big on the crystals. All these crystals and rocks and stuff that people use. The stuff I like to use, I use like petrified wood. What crystal? I love moldavite. I think I talked about moldavite before. But really, any mineral can, work. Every bit of them have a spirit. So simply picking up a rock, just a plain old rock at a certain place, can be extremely fucking powerful. Just saying. To know, to will, to dare, and to keep silent. That's it. I'll buy you another steak. Oh, that's my husband. I was pissed, y'all. I was pissed tonight. I made some banging ass New York strip steak on the grill, and they were so fucking good, and they were huge. So, like, I ate half of mine, Stuck it on the counter. I had all intentions of eating that shit as my, like, nighttime, bedtime snack before bed. I went outside for 5 minutes, came back in, and my husband's dog had gotten up on the counter and ate my fucking steak. I was fucking livid. I was so mad. I was texting my husband. I was like, I'm gonna be burying 2 goddamn bodies tomorrow. I was really mad. I love you too, honey. I went nuts doing my shadow work. I was hospitalized about 8 weeks ago for 8 days. My PTSD symptoms flared up whilst bringing everything to the surface. Yep. When that shit starts surfacing, you can lose your fucking mind. You really can. Because we don't even understand the walls and the protections that we've built through our lives, as we've grown up, and traumatizing things have happened to us. We put walls around that, and we make ways within ourselves of dealing with those traumatic things, and when you're doing self-work and self-growth, you got to break those fucking walls down. And sometimes it's hard to even figure out how to break the wall down. It really is. I'm working on some walls right now. I got some work I got to fucking do on me. And I'm still trying to figure out the best way to go about it. But we don't even realize this shit. The shit that makes us us. You know, our experiences. And if they're traumatic, if they're bad, if they're negative, we, you know, put protections and walls and blocks up within ourselves and our minds to be able to move past those things, to deal with those things. We basically bury them. You know, we bury them 6 feet fucking under and hope they're never going to fucking resurface again. But they're going to resurface over and over and over again until they are dealt with and they're healed. And this is what a lot, 95% of your shit when you go into traditions is about. It really is. It's not about fly. A lazy old fly just hanging out. I didn't know what it was. I lost my fucking train of thought. That's what 95% of our work, when you get into a tradition, is about. It's not about witchcraft. It's not about brujeria. It's not about balongo. It's not about, you know, power. It's not about this and that. It's about learning the spirits, working with the spirits, and working on yourself. It really is. People go about it so wrong. Mine is a bismuth because it looks pretty, and some forms of it are rare. Turned into medicine. Pepto-bismuth. Oh! Okay. Now, I knew I heard of bismuth because I actually had some Pepto the other day. Momo got some gluten. I was chugging at Pepto. Ancient visions, really sorry to hear. I had no idea that happens. It absolutely fucking does happen. I have seen people fall hard when the traumas start surfacing. Do you smoke weed? If so, do you use the high in your magic? I do not. I do not do any drugs, and I do not drink. I deleted my Facebook for about 4 or 5 years ago. I regret nothing. It's a toxic shithole. Don't have a Twitter or Instagram either. I 100% agree with you, and I wish I could do it. I really do. But at this point, I have not progressed enough at the point where my spirits are allowing me to really offer the work to people that will help people. So this is the help I can offer right now. Hi there. I don't remember if I asked this already, but do you pray psalms for all your workings? I think you did ask me that on the last live, and I do pray psalms, but I don't pray them on all, you know, everything. Not everything gets a psalm. Certain things do, though. Jenny, a hoodoo worker has enough compassion to help others, but they can't do it for you. They show you the road to the path, but it's up to you to move forward. Abso-fucking-lutely. And see, you'd be a good client. 95% of your clients don't fucking understand this. They think they're going to come to you, you know, and you're going to do this fucking work, and magically their life's going to be better. You got to do your fucking part. I can do so much. A worker can do so much. Spirits can do so much. But it's your fucking life. It's up to you to change that shit. And you have to take steps to make that. Like, let's say, example, you go to a worker for a love spell, right? So, you know this work is being done, you know, for you to find love or what the fuck ever. You're not going to find it sitting on your fucking couch. It's not going to come knocking on your fucking door. So you have to do your part. You have to go out to places where you're going to meet people to be able to find that love. You can't just sit on your fucking couch and be lazy and think it's magically going to walk through your fucking door. You guys got to do your own work. Workers are just there to assist it along. But if you're not doing your part, ain't nothing going to fucking work. I have a lot of panic attacks. Have always been a sensitive empath. I used to have them too. I had them for years. But once I got aligned with my spirits, I don't have them anymore. I talk about and show stuff, so they think I'm sharing a lot. I share some, but not what I'm really doing, if that makes sense. It makes it makes sense. I mean, even, the shit I show, it's like a little piece of this one thing. I got a lot of other fucking shit going on that nobody fucking sees. Sometimes, Jenny, you can have to go and separate yourself from others and stimulus for a little while to protect yourself. You gotta ground yourself, you really do. I heard that fly. Did you hear it? It was weird. He was like, he's just sitting on the side of my phone right now. I don't know if he's like half dead or he's like the laziest fly ever. He's not even flying away when my finger is all up in his shit. I didn't even notice he's just hanging out right here on the side of the phone. You know what's startling? When a spirit gets in your ear with a sudden sound and then it's just gone. The trolls of the spirit world, truly. I hate that. It freaks me out. Like, it freaks me out so bad when that happens. It doesn't happen often. Not to me personally, but when it happens, it's like, it's so fucking creepy. Because usually, like 95% of the time, those of us that can hear spirit, you hear it in your head, like thoughts, like telepathy. Yeah, that kind of deal. It's not like a voice in your ear or somebody talking to you. But when that voice does get in your ear and you fucking physically hear it, that's some creepy shit. I'll never forget. The last time it happened, I was cleaning my ancestral altar, and I had this cloth that I was going to put on it. But my ancestral altar is like it's like tiered. So I was trying to figure out, because this was a large cloth, I was trying to put it, and arrange it and trying to figure out how it would best go on there. And then I got the bright idea to cut slits, where the tiers are, so it would lay nicely and correctly. So I cut the slits and I laid it and I stepped back. What did I say? Oh no, that's not it. I was talking to myself. Okay, so I was literally talking to myself out loud. And as I was laying it, I was thinking about cutting the slits in it. And I literally said, I'm talking to myself, I'm laying it. And I was like, I think I can cut slits in this and it'll lay correct. I said, I think I can do that. And I turned around to grab scissors, and one of my spirits right in my ear went, I think I can. Like, right in my ear. I was like, you motherfucker. Like, total trolling me. That shit's creepy, though. It really is creepy. And sometimes when it happens, it's just a whisper. Like, it's garbled. Like, you can't even make out what the fuck you're hearing. It's really creepy sometimes. Is there ever a romantic connection to a spirit or ancestor? I have a crush on an ancestor. The fuck, girl? Are you kidding? You have a crush on an ancestor? Honey, I love you, but that's like, I don't know. That's some weird territory right there, because that's incest. It really is. I mean, you can love them. Well, fuck yeah. You can love them with all your heart. But you love them like your mom, like your dad, like your grandma, like your brother. I don't even know if I want to touch that one, honey. I love you to death. I've never heard of someone having a crush on their ancestor. You know, I have certain ancestors that are more prominent that I never knew in life. You know, they're like ancient ancestors, and I love them to fucking death. Like, love them to death. Like, they always fucking got my back. And, you know, I make sure I give them the best of everything, and we talk and we joke and, you know, all that. But a literal romantic crush on an ancestor, that's like incest. That's the only word I can think of for that. Know thyself, and you will know the realm of the gods. Abso-fucking-lutely. It links with the internal work of the practitioner. Yep. Maybe I should be your client. Maybe, but I'm not really taking too many clients yet. Oh, God. Y'all are going to get me started tonight. Jesse Sanchez. I gotta breathe. Jesse Sanchez wants to know if I heard of Kat Urwand and Denise Alvarado. Do you think they're the real deal? Abso-fucking-lutely not. I do not think Lucky Crapo and any other appropriating bullshit are anything near real. What they have, they stole. They stole from all the traditions that they have appropriated. They stole from the workers that she hires to get their fucking knowledge. Have you all seen her new book, honestly? She just put out a new book, and I have not personally read it, but I have seen screenshots of some of the book that people had posted talking about the fuckery. Her new book is something along the, I don't know the name of it, but I know it's about making Grigri and Mojo hands. It's like, how do you make Grigri and Mojos or some shit. And there's like a foreword in the book about who you should buy Grigris from and who you shouldn't buy Grigri from. Fuckeria, y'all. 100% fuckeria. And she even put, like, the last sentence in that foreword of who you shouldn't buy Grigri from says, the person reading this book. So she's selling you a book to make Grigri and Mojos, but people shouldn't buy Grigri and Mojos from you because you read the book. She also goes on to state that you should not buy Grigri from anyone of African heritage or practicing ATRs. That's where it comes from, y'all. Where do you think Grigri and Mojo comes from? It comes from African tradition. But you shouldn't buy it from them. What? You also shouldn't buy them from people who practice Appalachian magic. You also shouldn't buy them from people who are under the age of 40. Like there's a whole fuckery, y'all. Don't even get me started on Kat. Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba. Okay. Rant over. Panic attacks are an issue for me too. Y'all having panic attacks? Are you guys cleansing regularly? Seriously, that can help tremendously with the panic attacks. Don't trust the bugs. Ancient Visions, I can say it's been worse since I had the baby. Panic attacks, I'm assuming you guys are talking about that. Yeah, I had them laugh right in my ear. Fuck that. I'm telling you. I am telling you. That's some creepy shit. And when they touch you, oh my god. Don't even get... don't fucking touch me. I hate it when they touch you. Most of the time. Honestly, I was having a spell episode like a couple years ago, and I just sat down with my ancestors and my spirits, and I let it rip, man. I bawled my head off and just spilled it all, and somebody put their fucking arms around me and gave me a hug, and it was the most soothing thing like ever. And then I started bawling more because I was like crying because it was like tears of joy. Like, I love my spirits, though. I really do. I had one tell me I was never alone when I felt alone, and that was it. I cleaned my room really good and washed everything inside of it too. I mean, but that's the truth. None of us are ever alone. Our spirits and our ancestors are with us all the time. Can a being from another planet reincarnate into a human body? I know it sounds out there. It actually doesn't sound out there. Yeah, I do believe that's possible. I don't know if y'all are gonna put me in a loony bin now. Y'all are gonna unsubscribe from me. I'm actually an alien abductee. I really am, and so is my husband. And I don't talk about it because people just think you're fucking crazy. But we're talking about Rootwork, Conjure, and Spirit. So how far out there really is it to talk about that right now? So yeah, I do believe in that, and I have experienced it personally, and I do believe that inhuman entities, whether that be on another frequency or from another planet, I do believe those spirits can inhabit human bodies. I do believe that. My husband's deceased mom wants me to display her knickknacks to please her. Well, fucking do it, man. When you marry, this is what I was explaining earlier, when you marry, especially as women, we take our husband's last name, and we take that lineage, we marry into that lineage, literally, by changing our name and everything. So they become our family. They're not literally blood ancestors, but your kids will be. So if your mother-in-law wants you to display her knickknacks, fucking put them out there for her. I recently noticed that if you take a selfie, then pinch and zoom on the photo and search through your hair, it helps to change filter screen to yellow or blue tints. I'm seeing spirits in the hair. That's interesting. That's really interesting because I actually kind of have a theory, especially about gray hair. As we age, and I'm loaded with it. I always kind of had a theory that every gray hair on your head is an ancestor. I mean, but that doesn't change when it's not gray. So, I kind of feel like every strand of hair on your head represents an ancestor. So it wouldn't surprise me if you discovered that, and you were seeing spirits attached in the hairs. I could definitely get on board with that. I gotta say, I would probably troll too if I was a spirit. And the majority of the time, when it happens to me, I have no clue what they said. Yeah, most of the time, well, not most of the time, but quite a few times, I'm getting raspy, y'all talking too much. Yeah, like I said, a lot of times I can't make it out either. It's really garbled. It's like, or some shit. Like, you can't really make out what the fuck they're saying. Maybe that crush on the ancestor is misconstrued as a close personal friend. Right, it's fucking weird, but are we reincarnated in lines? Have we been married? Or by marriage? I believe, this is my personal belief now, we do reincarnate through our lineage, and this is why lineage, bloodline, ancestors, and children are always so important. Another orb, y'all, did you see it? I'm just looking to see if it's a fly. I don't see any flies. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video after it's done and catch all this shit. I'm just kind of catching it out the corner of my eye on the screen. Yeah, I am a firm believer that when reincarnation happens, it is done through the same bloodline. It is done through the same DNA, the same lineage. So I'm not thinking it's a married in a previous life kind of thing. Are you 100% sure that this spirit is an ancestor and it's not maybe a spirit in your court or another spirit just hanging around? We're 100% positive it's an ancestor? Like, I know you got a reading with someone I sent you to. I'm not sure if that was brought up in the reading or something, but what I would do is get a reading and find out if this person is actually an ancestor, or if it's, you know, someone in your court or just a random spirit hanging around. I've heard of people having crushes on other spirits, though, and deities, but never on an ancestor. Right. I mean, you know, y'all know me. I love the fuck out of my spirits. Love them, love them, love them. But I could never, nothing romantic. nothing along that lines. But, you know, I love them like my family, like my heart, like, you know, like my mom, my dad, my, you know, love them to death. I bought a wonderful gree by a person who also threw in a dream pillow. You didn't buy it for me? Fine. I'm just playing with you. I use my dream pillow in case of dream catcher. I have a dream pillow too that I made myself. I just put it in my pillowcase and, you know, sleep on it under there. Fuckery, she says. Fuckery everywhere. Fuckeria. It's Fuckery Friday. I'm telling y'all. Fuckery Friday. Yikes, she sounds as bad as that one writer, Raven something. I see people make fun of her a lot because some of the stuff she wrote is just awful. I'm telling you, Kat Yorwand is the worst. She is the worst. Horrible. And I tell y'all something else. Those Lucky Mojo products, there ain't shit in them. There ain't nothing. It's some oil and some fucking fragrance and some food coloring. There ain't nothing in them. There's no fucking ache. There's no fucking spirit. There's no herb. There's nothing in them. And I'll tell you something else. The people that pay her to take her Rootwork classes or whatever the fuck she calls them, part of their training is making her oils. So these oils that she's selling are being made by untrained, unskilled, no fucking spirit workers. And then she sells them. And there ain't shit in them. It is... Ooh. I'm done. Don't get me started. I forgot to mention said spirit that said that also licked me. Licked you? Oh. I've never been licked. That's some crazy shit right there. I ain't never been licked by a spirit. That's some new shit. I've had an alien surgery before. I think I might have possibly too. I have scoop marks on my legs and stuff. My husband says he had it too. Alien surgery type things. I have a deceased art friend who has always been hitting on me, and I had to remind him that he is in the house of the dead. His response is, "all damn." Yeah, not often. They pushed on my shoulder in bed, then sat there, creepy. Once one kissed me on the head. Most amazing warmth ever. Yeah. See, I love shit like that. When I get a hug, you know, or something. Especially when I'm bawling my head off and I'm just broken. That's incredible fucking shit. Like, you can't even describe the feeling. You really can't. Denise believes in alien abductions. It would be very ignorant of us to think we are the only known living race in the universe, correct? Absolutely. When you take photos on the fireworks setting, you can find spirits too. I took one of me before, and there were several people around me. Interesting. I usually catch them on flashes. When I have camera and it flashes, it'll usually catch. So I actually have pictures on my Instagram and on my personal Facebook page that were taken in front of my fireplace, and there was a giant, like, orb right beside me. I would like to visit New Orleans for a voodoo retreat. Is there a reputable priest or priestess you recommend? Dr. Glover, I believe him and his wife own the House of Voodoo. Very reputable workers. Also, Mama Star Cassis has a shop down there, and she is amazing. That's about it. That's about it as far as shops in New Orleans that I can think of. Whatever you do not go to Sally Assman's stupid fucking voodoo temple with her vegan voodoo bullshit. Not crazy about aliens. That shit is real. It is. It really is. But some people, you know, some people don't fucking closed off. They don't see what, you know. That looks like a lovely southern iced tea to me you are drinking. It's actually Milo's tea. It's a really good tea. It really is. I just saw another orb. What the hell? I'm telling y'all, there's some shit going on this week. That's why I didn't come on with my live Sunday. I got some major shit going on around here. And like this weekend, it's, you know, gonna be way busy. So that's why I'm trying to help y'all tonight while I can. I think the alien sees us as aliens wired. I think the alien sees us as aliens wired. I'm not quite sure I'm understanding that statement. Yeah, nothingness didn't understand it either. Weird or wired. When I was a child, our Lutheran evangelical pastor told us that he believed that God created others than just humanity, and that we do not know his creation throughout the universe. Absolutely fucking true. No, you're not sure if it's an ancestor. I will do that. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely check on that and see if this is actually an ancestor or if it's an, you know, it's a spirit in a corridor, a random spirit. I see my ancestors as secondary to animals. I see my ancestors as secondary to animals. I'm not understanding that either. I'm not understanding that. I need to start buying from you too. Haha, yeah. You know I'm playing with you. Oh, holy shit. I got Lucky Mojo Road Opener oil way back in the wee beginning days. And it's just nasty food coloring and thin oil. Abso-fucking-lutely. Where can we find these sexual licking ancestors? Oh Lord, that's That's some funny shit right there. I love it when I love it when I'm down and a warm, loving feeling washes over me with a renewed sense of hope. Yep. It's indescribable. My Nana, her sister, and my great-grandma were all chased by a UFO that stayed over their house. My Nana kept having miscarriages before that, but soon after was pregnant with my uncle. Jenny, why do you keep retracting your messages? Yeah, I have had plenty of UFO experiences, y'all, believe me. Denise went to New Orleans. I want to go to New Orleans. Everybody wants to go to New Orleans. I'll tell you what, New Orleans, it's beautiful. I love it. Like, if New Orleans was a city, I'd marry it. Like, that's how much I love New Orleans. I love the architecture. I love the atmosphere. I love the spirit of the city. The spirit of the people is fucking incredible. But I'll tell you what, you've never been a more violent place than New Orleans. And I'm not talking spiritually violent. I'm talking violence and murders and robberies, and it's not. If you visit for a couple days and stay in the touristy part, because you don't want to go, in any other part in New Orleans. There is a lot of violence in New Orleans. I've never been anywhere, and I've been to just about every state and city in this country. There's a few I haven't been to, but I've been to the majority of them, almost all of them. And I've never been in a city like New Orleans when it comes to the violence that is down there. So, y'all want to go, just be fucking careful. Is Scully Ellie's record shop still there in New Orleans? The late Ray Buckland told me of that place. I honestly don't know anything about a record shop. I can give you some good restaurants to eat at, though, y'all. You go down there, make sure you stop into Poppy's for a burger and Po' Boys. Abso-fucking-lutely. Poppy's is incredible, and they got the best burgers in the world. They actually cook your burger under a hubcap on the grill, and it puts a taste in it that's like amazing. Friendly Orb saying hi to you. I have 2 curses to do this week. Well, Lord, girl, I'm like, if I do one every 5 years, you got 2 to do in a week. I took a picture. It flashed accidentally, and an image of what looked like an owl came up next to my neck. That's how I usually pick stuff up, is in flashes. I've actually had my camera go off randomly. Like, I remember one day I was just walking into the kitchen, and I was carrying my phone, and I didn't even have the camera app open, or like anything like that. And I was just walking, into the kitchen, and suddenly my flash went off, and it took a picture, and I don't even know how it fucking happened. And it was a really incredible fucking picture. It went off right in front of my ancestor altar. And I found so much shit in the picture. Like, I was like amazed. It was really fucking, it was crazy. Like, somebody wanted to show their ass. Angels, not animals. Okay. That's better. I don't think ancestors are secondary to angels even. I really don't. When it comes to your own personal ancestors, numero fucking uno. Nothing should come before them except the Creator. Because nobody's above that. Because He created your ancestors. But as far as spirits go, ancestors, numero fucking uno. Before angels, before any fucking spirit. Ancestors, number 1. I love these chats. We all get along together. I enjoy them myself. I really do. You meant to say weird. Okay, that's why I was confused. My love life is slow. I want a sexy licking ancestor. I wouldn't want a sexy licking ancestor. I don't give a fuck. Because like I said, that's incest. Y'all fucked up tonight. Fuckeria Friday. Okay, my deceased ancestor is telling me to shut up about the sex talk. It probably is. He's probably, you talking about having sex with your ancestors, girl. What the fuck's the matter with you? Seriously. Ask and you shall receive. Oh, I don't even want to think about no ancestral incest. Come on, y'all. I know we got started off with the fucking the hoo-ha and the fucking with the fucking douches and shit. Y'all are in the dirt tonight. St. Augustine, Florida has a dark vibe too, and so do parts of Jacksonville. I actually heard that. I've heard that about St. Augustine. True mama, I did the blues bars in New Orleans. Yep. NOLA is scary. It is. It really is. My time down there, I seen more fucking violence. It was just... It was... I don't even have a word for it. That's how fucking crazy it was. Like, I was only there, like, a week or so, you know, at a time, and I remember my first week I went down there, I seen so much fucking violence, like, right in front of my face. Like, you know, between fights and shootings and stabbings, and, you know, I was just walking down Jackson Square there around the church, and this guy flew past me with a skateboard in his hand and just cracked this fucking guy in the head in front of me, and blood fucking all everywhere in front of me. I mean, it is the most violent city I have ever been in. It really is. And I don't know, you know, if it's all the spirits, you know, and that down there that makes people crazy. It really, really does. I can't eat gumbo anymore. Yeah, po' boys. I can't really eat those. I mean, I can eat some of them, but I can't eat them with the bread. Oh. Sex, sexy, spectacular. Alright. Ancestral, incest. Ancest. Aunt Frida is laughing and telling me to what the heck happened. You used to be a good Lutheran. Honey, we all got the dirty mind. All of the live streams I go to have some really funny moments. Awesome. He's out. Well, see you later. You shouldn't be here then. I had spirits come take over my ex during sex. It was very intense because the spirit was then having sex with me through him. I couldn't stay in my body. They showed me visions. That's interesting. I mean, I've had some mind-blowing fucking sex, you know, where I was seeing shit. But was my husband possessed? I don't know. But, Aunt Frida's here, laughing and saying, do we have another fucking troll? What is this fuckeria Friday, y'all? I'm telling you. This motherfucker comes on my channel, on my live, on my video, and tells me to shut up. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are fucking stupid. Parts of Tampa and Ybor City are dark too. Lots of vampire energy from all those cities, and New Orleans as well. Yeah, it does have that energy. Your Aunt Frida loves you because you talked her out of suicide. That's awesome. A pagan priest told me down there that the AIDS epidemic is running rampant. I would not doubt it. The last I heard, well, I ain't going to say that. But hepatitis is also really bad, and herpes, you know, that kind of stuff. It was like, I think I said, what was I watching the other day? It was that talk show lady. I was doing something and it was on in the background. It came on. I don't remember her damn name. It's the colored lady with the big jungas. Wendy, that's her name, Wendy. Yeah, okay, so she came on in the background while I was doing some work and dishes and stuff, and she said that something about like 1 in every 4 people has like herpes or something nowadays. Like a study came out or some shit. And I was like, I'm glad I've been married 20 years. That's all. The day my grandmother passed away, I found a cowrie shell in the walkway in front of my uncle's house where she died. I feel more drawn to spirit than ever before. Should I continue to pursue voodoo and hoodoo? Jesse Sanchez, wait a second. Voodoo and hoodoo are 2 completely different things. For one, they have nothing to do with each other. The only similarity they have is they're both, well, one's an African diaspora tradition and one is an African religion. 2 entirely different things. So, as far as the voodoo goes, you should not pursue anything in voodoo unless you intend on initiating and you get read in a house for initiation, because voodoo is an initiatory religion. As far as hoodoo, as long as you respect the tradition and respect its roots and its African roots and where it comes from, and you pay homage to it and you honor those ancestors and respect it, do your hoodoo, honey. You know, I always suggest, though, when y'all are coming into this shit, especially if it's not your tradition, if it's something foreign, like an African tradition, or something along these lines, get y'all a fucking mentor. Get y'all, I'm not your fucking mentor, y'all. I'm just here to, I'm just here to answer some questions and try and help people get off the fuckeria path. Get you all a tradition mentor in the hoodoo or the whatever craft you're fucking studying. Get you a fucking mentor to teach you how to do this shit, and vet that mentor in the community. Vet their lineage, vet where they come from, vet their standing in the community and what people think of them, have they even heard of this person? You know, do that shit. Everybody who gets into the traditions, the diasporas, and all that should have a fucking mentor. Y'all are dirty tonight. I'm back. What did I miss? What? Who's having sex? And what stories are we swapping? Y'all need to get laid. Tell him to shut the fuck up. Abso-fucking-lutely. He'll be blocked after this live. He won't be on here again. This person once told me I had a gypsy guide. I guess he saw her. Last night I had a dream with an old gypsy woman. I was in Europe and I was telling her my misfortune and she was giving me advice. What is up with this fucking attention-seeking, nobody hide user on this channel? You're gone, buddy. No, what was I talking about? Oh, the gypsy. Okay, yeah, that could absolutely be someone in your court. There is a, actually an archetype in spiritual courts, especially when it comes to setting up boveda and all that. There is a gypsy archetype when it comes to spiritual courts. And that doesn't necessarily mean it was actually a gypsy, but it's a spirit that has that type of energy of a gypsy. Like, I actually have one in my court that's, she's like an Arabian kind of belly dancer, kind of, but she comes through in the gypsy energy spectrum of my court. So, yeah, that could be 100% possible, but the only way to really truly find that out is to get a court reading. If you need one of those, hit me up on the page on Facebook, the Primitive Roots Appalachian Conjure page. Send me a PM, and I will send you to the right person to get a court reading. Marlene, welcome back. No one here is having sex. Are you celibate? Misery loves company. Y'all, I know we started it out in the gutter, but I can't be all about this all night. I have been knitting this whole time because there is this one thing I am trying to make that is taking way too long. Okay, I don't knit, but I actually I crochet. This week is weird as fuck. Absolutely. I have had a hell of a week, girl, and it ain't over yet, I'm telling you. Crazy. Crazy. The dirty spirits are taking over. Everybody thought every day was Friday but Friday, and everybody thought it was Monday. I get my days mixed up sometimes. To see, what helps me keep my days straight, because y'all know my mind, is I make sure that I do something on a day of the week, every week. Like, either I honor a certain spirit on a certain day, or I do a cleansing on a certain day every week. Shit like that. And that really helps me keep my days straight so I know what fucking day it is. Even my godmother, she did that to me the other night. Like, you know, because I was telling her about this crazy fucking weekend, you know, that I went through, and she was like, well, thank God it's Monday. And I was like, honey, it's fucking Tuesday. Yeah, we all go through that. Love your videos. Well, thank you, Leeds Hill. What would you say to someone who is drawn to Hoodoo and Conjure, but is initially put off by Christianity and the Bible? Honestly, I'd say you got to deal with that aspect of it because that's the way it was preserved. I initially also had an issue with the Christianity, the Catholicism, and the Bible synchronicities in Hoodoo and all the African traditions. But you got to understand that the reason that these traditions are still alive and we can practice them today is because they were hidden behind these things. They were hidden in such a way to keep them alive. So you have to fucking honor that. You have to realize that, and you have to accept it. That if it wasn't for the Christianity and the Catholicism and the way they hid things behind it, we would have nothing. We would have nothing left to practice or learn or any of that. So you gotta come to terms with it, and you gotta get on board with it. And I know it's hard sometimes. I have issues with it myself sometimes. Getting much better at it, but it comes with the territory when you go into African diaspora traditions, because that's how they were kept alive. That's how the ancestors, you know, did it, so they didn't get murdered or killed or punished or you know, any of that stuff. So you have to, and you also have to realize that they don't mean what they mean. Okay, so you're looking at a certain saint or even a crucifix or something like that. It doesn't mean what it means in Christianity. There's a complete different archetype hidden behind it when you start dealing with African diasporic traditions and religions. So it comes with the territory, and you gotta accept it. That's all. There's no way around it. It's crazy because I'm Cuban, but I have European, and I'm assuming that means Chinese, as far as I know. Yeah, I mean, there's nobody. I was explaining this to my husband the other day. We still haven't gotten our DNA done yet, but definitely planning on it in the future. And I was explaining to him, we were having a talk about ancestors and heritage and everything, and I was like, so what do you think your lineage and your heritage is? And he's like, me, I'm German. And I'm like, that's it? Like there ain't a person alive on this planet that is pure anything. Somewhere along that lines, them ancestors mixed it up. You're gonna have all kinds of shit in your heritage and your ancestry and your DNA. You're gonna have all kinds of shit. Nobody's fucking pure anything on this planet. Nobody. So, yeah. I feel like I should mention that I'm 19, going on 20. Oh, Lord, you're barely old enough to be on this channel, honey. Dude, this week has been hell. I don't understand why, but shit has been nuts. Ready for it to pass. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah, I'm telling you. I honestly think something was told to me today, and I don't know why it came to mind, but I think it's spirit was trying to communicate with me what the fuck has been going on this week. I think a lot of this chaotic energy that many people have been feeling this week has a lot to do with that volcano uh, going off in Hawaii. I really do. I think there's so much fucking energy coming off of that thing, and that energy and the ash and everything else is just going out in the fucking atmosphere, and it's spreading all around the fucking place. There's so much fucking energy coming out of that, and something keyed that in my head today. They were talking about the volcano, my spirits. I think that has a lot to do with the chaotic energy, and also there's some severe storms hitting Florida and the whole East Coast, and it is hurricane season coming up, so the energy is going to get more fucking chaotic, but I do believe that volcano has a lot to do with it. I thought it was Friday on Monday too. That's weird, y'all. I usually might get off by one day, maybe. Like if it's Monday, I might think it's Tuesday or something. But I ain't never been off a Monday thinking it's a Friday or something. That's a big gap there. Nothingness, you are awesome. You got life figured out. I don't think anybody has life figured out. We're going up 2 hours, y'all. Kayla, it has been a shit week for me too. Everyone's saying the same thing. It's not a coincidence. I was born in Miami, so I would go on vacation. It's amazing. Yes, I love the food. I assume we're talking about New Orleans again. Yeah, we are all connected. Absolutely. All cultures. Nobody's fucking pure blood. You take those DNA tests and you realize how much different ancestry is. Be prepared, because it will blow the door wide fucking open, and suddenly all sorts of ancestors want to talk to you. Awesome. I am really excited to get that done. Hopefully someday soon. Keep her on the channel. She's awesome. Oh, she can stay. She's over 18. Just barely. Half Korean and half Latino. That's an interesting combination. Those are two really, really intense cultures, too. Really rich cultures. I barely slept this week. I went mattress shopping and got a new mattress, but they brought the wrong one the first time. I finally got the mattress. It's horrible when your bed ain't right, man. I'm telling you. Like, I hate when I travel. Like when I gotta travel to wherever, to, my spiritual house or my family or like what the fuck ever, and I get there and it's a different bed. and my body ain't used to it, and it's like, oh, I don't sleep for shit when I travel. I really don't. I always take my pillow, though. I gotta have my pillow when I fucking travel. I gotta have that. If I can't have my bed, gotta have my fucking pillow. There is more to the volcano. Yeah. The Caca volcano. Spewing all this bullshit. I had a friend betray me this week, and he is going to feel the so-called karma by me. Oh, man. Something else is about to happen. I've been feeling that as well. I bought a floor Japanese futon, and I love it. No more back problems. Oh, one of those mattress things on the floor like they use in Japan. Yeah, I never got that. So I gotta have a squishy bed, man. I gotta have my bed's soft as but like I sink down in that, like I get in a hole. like I literally get in a hole in my bed, and I can't. I just I gotta have a squishy, soft bed. I can't sleep on a hard thing. Lutherans are a bunch of kitchen witches. They guilt by food, feed you, and keep you. Italians are the same fucking way, honey. And they're Catholics. Chaos, yes. I got frustrated and chopped off half my damn hair. I had plenty left, but I was like, oh no, what am I going to do with this? I can't just throw it away. I don't throw mine away either. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, you know, like 5 months ago or something, my hair was really long and I cut it. I got it. I got it in a box, so if I need it for anything, you know. Plus, I don't want other people getting a hold of it. You know, and that's a good practice too, y'all. If you go to a salon, get your hair cut, and they might look at you like you're fucking crazy, but ask the stylist to sweep your fucking hair up and put it in a bag and give it to you. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people get some juju from following people around to their hairstylists and stuff like that and getting their fucking hair after they leave. It happens, y'all. It really does. Tell your stylist to sweep up your hair and put it in a bag before you fucking head out that shop. I hate when it's Monday and feels like Friday. You're going to be surprised that you're a whole lot more than just half and half, man. Yeah, seriously, you probably have a lot more than that in your ancestry. Love this mattress so far. I switched to a, one of them memory mattress things without the springs in it, you know, the memory foam thing. And it took me like a week to get my body adjusted to it from my old bed. But yeah, I love it. And not only do I have that, then I put like this mattress topper on top that's like this deep. Like, I can't find sheets to fit in my bed, y'all. I really can't. Because my bed is so fucking thick. Between the memory foam mattress and then this big topper I got on top of it. Like, my sheets are always popping off and shit. Yeah, my shit's gotta be squishy and soft. Absolutely. I had someone fuck me over too, so I feel ya. I hear you say caca a lot. What is it and what does it mean? Caca is crap. And usually when I say caca, it's, I'm referring to nasty energy, spirits, negative energy, caca. The caca. It means shit. Caca is poo-poo. It's doo-doo. My memory foam mattress was giving me sinus problems. Ugh. Hopefully mine won't do that. It's not even that old. I just got like a year ago. Maybe after a couple years, yeah, I'd imagine. But mine has like a cover. Like, it's like all sealed in like this cover thing. So, hopefully it's not picking up a whole lot of caca in the bed. I love this song. I've had clients take their hair home with them for show. Oh, so you're a stylist. Okay, so yeah. Some stylists might look at you like you're crazy, but do that shit. I'm a barber, and one man asked for his hair back so that he could put it in his garden. That's some fucking folk magic right there. A lady told me that too. Tips on cleansing a mattress or sleeping protection. I do a thing. Okay, I make this holy wash. I call it blue holy wash. I don't know what else to call it. And I put it in a spray bottle like this. Okay, and I use that as like an air freshener and to clean stuff that I can't really clean, like furniture, couches, beds, curtains. You know, I'm not gonna take them down and wash them. You can do curtains with smoke, and you can do furniture and beds with smoke as well. But I like my blue holy spray wash stuff. If y'all want to know what's in it, it's holy water, regular water, Florida water, cascarilla, and bluing. Reckitt's bluing, Stewart's bluing, some kind of bluing. And I put that all in the spray bottle, and I just, if I see some caca in the area, I'm going to spray it like an air freshener. I'm going to spray it on my bed. Shit that I can't, really fucking clean, I get the spray out. Or you can smoke it, smudge it, that kind of stuff. Oh, and sleep protection. Let me get to the second part of that question. I actually had a girl contact me today in the inbox having nightmares and thinking she was being worked on and stuff. So you guys, I have a video on the channel on a protection you can do to trap negative energy in your space. It's with a glass of water, camphor, alum, and sea salt. And you just put that in a glass, and you can sit it anywhere in your house, and it'll absorb that negative energy. I have one I keep in my bedroom at all times. But there's also a thing, if you're really being tormented with nightmares, or you think someone's attacking you in your sleep, or that kind of thing, you can also take a glass of water, get an egg, a raw egg, crack that egg in the water, and just put some sea salt in there, and you can put that under your bed or beside your bed, and that egg will trap any caca that's fucking with you while you're sleeping. I told her, because she thought she'd being worked on, so I told her to do that, and I was like, if it's still, because the messages she was getting are kind of unclear, whether it's someone working on her or whether it's communication from, her own spirits or something. So I told her to do that, and if she's still having issues, then it's someone in her court. It's one of her spirits communicating with her. Either that or it's her own subconscious doing that shit. But it definitely wouldn't be work or an invader enemy spirit or something along that lines if you do that with the egg in the water. I have to head to bed. Good night, Jillian. We are going on 2 hours. My voice is starting. You hear me? Damn, I always get here late. And I miss the good shit. You did miss all the good shit. You really did tonight. We had some good shit going on. I think our mama is telling us to back off on the curses. Here's where we should be her client, huh? I actually, mama's justified. So I really don't do a lot of hexing and cursing. I really don't. Now, I will do shit and ask for justice. I will do shit and ask for balance. But I really leave that up to spirits. I'll give them something and I'll say, put the justice in this situation. So I'll tell you all right now, ahead of time, if anybody's thinking about when I am allowed to do actual work for clients, and anyone's thinking about coming to me as a client with some shit, you better make damn sure that your ass is clean and you're right in the situation. You better make damn sure, because my spirits don't give a fuck. They will put the justice in the situation, and if you were the one that was wrong, you're going to get it. That's the way they work. So anybody that's going to come to me for any kind of hexing justice, you know, because I don't really do the hexing a lot. I really fucking don't. I don't need to. All we need is justice. All we need is balance. And I leave that up to spirits to how they see fit. So, yeah. If anybody comes to me with that kind of issue, you better make goddamn sure your ass is clean. You really better. Because the spirits don't care. They don't care that you paid me. They don't care that it's your work. If you were in the fucking wrong, you're gonna fucking get it. So, fair warning. Tonight I saw an old video where a former pagan priestess in the Yoruba tradition spoke of being a Louisiana Catholic. Her mom, she said, used urine perfume and holy water in a bucket of water. Yeah, they do that a lot in the South. Urine is used for tons of shit in the South. And that's where, and see, it became friendlier as it moved north. And it turned into ammonia. This is where the ammonia comes from in a lot of traditional works. It's replacing the urine. I use urine for a lot of shit. I really fucking do. But yeah, that's where the ammonia comes from. When you see ammonia called for in anything, that's a nice replacement for urine. But in my viewpoint, nothing replaces the urine. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't. I use it for all kinds of shit. I really do. I know my Hoodoo mentor, she don't even go to the bathroom as far as urinating. Now, you know, she's gonna do a duke or something. She'll do that in the toilet. But as far as urinating, she doesn't do it in the toilet. She has a lot of superstitions on that, because she grew up in the deep, deep South with like an outhouse and shit. So she has superstitions on that, and your urine can be used for a lot of things, and it can also be used against you. It can, shit can be done with your urine to make you sick, shit like that. So she's of the mindset that when you urinate in a toilet and it goes in the pipes, and then it goes to chemical treatment plants or whatever, and then you have all these chemicals and shit get mixed in with your urine. She's of the mindset that that could affect you, because that urine is part of you. It came out of your body, just like any other tag lock, just like hair, fingernails, saliva, you know, bodily fluids, any of that shit. Anybody gets their hands on that shit or whatever's done to that shit can affect you, because it came from you and it's part of you. So she's of the mindset with the urine, you know, so she actually goes in a bucket. She has a bucket beside her toilet. She puts her urine in the bucket and she mixes it, dilutes it with water and stuff, and she feeds it to her garden and her plants and stuff. That's old school. That's old school Hoodoo for y'all. I usually put my hair out for the birds to make a nest. Ah! Along with pet hair, yard scraps, dry land. I also keep some... Girl! Don't you have headaches? Amethyst Moon? Like, seriously? Do you suffer from headaches? That is a big taboo. You're never supposed to let birds get a hold of your hair and build a nest with it, because it'll drive you crazy and it'll give you headaches. Now pet hair, and I put my dog's hair out. You know, I have one of them suet cage things that you put the block in, you know. And when I brush my dog, I fill that cage up with his hair, and then they can pick at it, you know, and make their nests out of it and stuff, but not your own hair. Oh, girl, no. Mm-mm. I'm waiting for you to come to me and tell me you have headaches, seriously. When I was 12, I left my hair out, and a bird made a nest with it, and I had a bad headache for months. Yes. We could tell the hair was mine because my hair was dyed cayenne blue. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, good night, Jenny. You asked for justice too. That's the correct way to go about it. Yes. I think we should all remember that Jesus had no qualms about punishing, and our souls should be clean before we do hexes. Absolutely. As long as it's for balance and justice. If it's just, you know, out there fucking people up. I just seen another orb. If you're just out there, you know, because there are those workers. We were talking about that earlier. That was a big one. Did y'all see that? That was a fly. I wonder if that other one was a fly. I didn't catch it. I have to watch this video again when it's over. Yeah, as long as it's for balance and justice and your ass is clean, then you don't have anything to worry about. I used to see lights, red, blue, green, yellow, as warnings or signs to do or not do something. Is that spirits or something else? It could be spirits. It could be something else. That's kind of hard to determine there. It could be spirits, or it could be something in your own, what do they call it? Your inner voice, conscience, your own, you know, your own conscious, subconscious, intuition, kind of deal, or it could be spirits. Either way. Hello, Tiddly Fisher. That's a cute name. I used urine to subdue an enemy. Not in a harmful way, but in a stop it way. Yep. Yep. Urine is very good for enemy works. What's up? I got a lot to catch up on. Hello, Wonder Witch. We're probably going to cut this off pretty soon. Even though my battery's not dying, I love my new cord. I'm only at 96%. I've been on for 2 hours. But I'm starting to lose my voice. And we're losing views. I heard of an old woman upset with a saint. She prayed too, so she stuck him in the closet until he obeyed and helped her. Yeah, that's a thing. People that work with saints a lot, especially if it's a saint that they usually work with, or like a family patron saint or something like that, if they don't do, you know, what you paid them to do, or let's say you make a pact, or you give them some offerings and you want them to do something and they don't do it, yeah, that's totally a thing. You turn them around to face the wall. You can stick them in a closet. Some people even bury them upside down. Example, St. Joseph. He's used, like, you can buy St. Joseph home selling kits online, and part of the deal with that is you bury him upside down in the yard until your house gets sold. So he's uncomfortable, okay, buried upside down in the dirt, and so he sells your house really quick. So you dig him up, and then you put him in a place of honor in your new home, and you give him offerings and everything. So yeah, it's totally a deal to punish spirits and saints if they're not working for you. This was a nun. What's a nun? What did I miss? Are you talking about the urine thing? What the hell did I miss about a nun? I piss on everything. Jars, dolls, bags, everything. I don't piss on bags. Because that gets stinky after a minute. But yeah, if I'm working something, jars, absolutely. Dolls, yep, absolutely. But disclaimer, I don't piss on my client work or anything that I sell in my shop. There's no urine in it. Disclaimer, y'all, my shit is safe. And I know my shit. I'm not going to send my urine out to fucking people, sorry. Disclaimer, but yeah, I use it for a lot of things. I've been drawing a lot of Catholics to me lately, and I don't know why. I don't know. Do you use witch jars for protection? Urine in a jar with nails, broken mirrors, bird in the yard. Abso-fucking-lutely. I got them all over the place. There was another one. What's going on tonight, y'all? I've never seen this before. Yeah, I got them all over the place. I even have specific ones similar to that for specific enemies. I put their ass in there with all that shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely do that. Your urine, it's the same thing with, as like when you want to buy a house or you want an apartment or something like that. You know, the deal, you go urinate on the property. It's like marking your territory and saying, this is mine, and no one else is going to fucking have it. And it works. I've never seen it fail, honestly. So, the urine marks your fucking property and keeps other people away from it. So, yeah, it is a form of protection. It really is. Too much poltergeist activity in the last 2 weeks. Oh no, I hate poltergeist activity. I hate that shit. I use it especially, don't even get me started on the poltergeist shit. I used to collect my menstrual blood before I menopause. Yeah, I think we talked about that on a live before. We talked about the Diva Cups. I never had issues with headaches, but I do have a yard full of doves and cardinals. I do too. I have tons of doves. Tons of them. I have like 16 of them out there every day. Cardinals, got a lot of those. I got house sparrows. Fuck ton of house sparrows. I got shit that comes in random too all the time. My hummingbirds have finally started showing up too. About 3 days ago. I'm full of them now. Headaches. That person might have migraines. Yeah, that's a no-no. You do not let birds get your hair ever. I changed my hair color back to original color. And I will try out one dreadlock. When you get one, they're going to spread. Or you're going to just wind up with one big clump. It was such a weird headache, too. Like, nothing I did would get rid of it. And the nest was not used anymore. My headache stopped. Yep. That's an old fucking, what do I want to call it? Superstition? Wife tale? Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you don't ever let birds get your hair. You saw the big ass orb. Yeah. I inspire you. Oh. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm doing something. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm here to help y'all. And it's my charge. It's my task. So that makes me feel good. Change the name. It's still me, though. Did you used to have a different name that I would know you by? Saint Benedict, yes. Told me once that he was a protector of women. Saint Benedict is a protector of all. He's actually he's really good against poisonings and stuff. So a lot of people work with him against rootwork and witchcraft and stuff, because that's a form of poisoning. Even if you're not physically being poisoned, you're spiritually being poisoned. But yeah, he's really good for poisonings and stuff. I think the legend was something like, if I can remember it correctly, it was so long ago I read it, like someone tried to poison him, and he always knew it. Like a couple times people tried to poison Saint Benedict, like in his drink or his wine or whatever, and he always knew it, and he would either knock the glass over or he'd dump it out or you know, some kind of shit. So he's always sought and worked for against poisonings, witchcraft, exorcisms, and that kinds of deals. He's really great for protection from witchcraft and breaking that shit up. So glad to see you live again. Hi, Sonia. Your info on your last live was extremely helpful. Oh, well, I'm glad. Oh, y'all are getting me in my feels tonight. Come on now. Thanks for helping us. You're awesome. And God is truly blessing you. Well, every day I wake up healthy and alive is a blessing, and I give thanks for that every day. Every day. I really do. Golden showers from nuns. Oh my God. God, y'all are killing me tonight. Girl. I was in a public restroom and locked the door, as everyone does, and as I was about to head out, the door started shaking back and forth like someone was trying to get in from the other side, but no one was there. Eee. Yeah, that's creepy as fuck. Just because it's a public bathroom, that's creepy. Waiting on the hummingbirds. Yeah, it took me a while to get mine. I've had my feeder out for at least a month, and they just started showing up like 2 or 3 days ago. Another favorite song. I love this song. Nothing wrong with spreading dreadlocks. Nope. Nope, it's not. Human hair is too strong for the birds and can choke them or wrap around their legs and cut off circulation. Yeah. I mean, I haven't done any study on that, on how strong human hair is comparatively to birds, but I can see that being an issue, yeah. But they use string and like weird shit to build their nest too sometimes, so Gummy gum. Yo, with the names are killing me. Awesome. Gummy gum loves me so much. You are a true messenger. Well, thank you so much. That's all I am, is a messenger. Let me know when your ancestors give you permission to accept cash. Well, honey, I accept cash. What you talking about? You mean like mail me cash, or are you talking like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but honey, I take cash. Who don't take cash? What you talking? My altar is my alter ego. You guys are killing me tonight. You're cheering me up though, because I had a hell of a week, tell you what. Alternate egos, oh Lord. I ain't want to deal with that shit. Remember him saying to Satan, drink thou thine own poison. I don't know if I don't know if I ever came across that one, but that sounds really cool. You have a medal of him. I have a really huge medal of him, and actually every first order in my shop that goes out gets a laying nap of his medal. Every first order that goes out gets a Benedict medal. There she said, I put the Benedict medal from you on my altar. Awesome. You have an amazing testimony. You inspire me. Oh, guys. You guys are getting me my feely feels tonight. Come on now. I'm supposed to be answering questions. You ain't supposed to be like all my feely shit. Come on, this ain't about me, it's about you. Have you heard of mint being used for uncrossing? No. I'm trying to think, because there's different kinds of mint. Like patchouli is a mint, catnip is a mint. There's all kinds of different kinds of mints, and I'm trying to think, and I can't think of a mint for uncrossing. No. Mints are generally used, another good song. Mints are generally used, they're sweet herbs. So they're good for sweet kind of works, drawing in sweet things. They're good for money. They're good, prosperity, money, same thing. They're good for love work. They're good for healthy energy kind of works. All that kind of stuff. Uncrossing, not so much. Do you know much about St. Peter? Actually, I don't. He's not one of my saints. I know in some traditions he's synchronized with some Loa, like Legba. I know he holds the keys to the kingdom of heaven. That's about it. I don't have St. Peter as one of my saints. Birds use horsehair a lot. Yeah, I know they use weird things, string, and so I can't see how human hair would be too tough or be a danger to them, but I know you shouldn't let birds, build their nest out of it. Definitely know that. I wonder if that's why I get a lot of headaches. Quite possibly. Always, y'all, be careful with your tag locks, man. Your fingernail clippings, your hair, all that shit. Be careful with it and where it ends up. St. Benedict said that one drank thou thine own poison. I heard it from the Catholic material and the nun. Okay, I'm not personally familiar with that one, but I could definitely see that. Shut up and take your compliments. I am bad at that. I'd be like, oh, full shit. Where? Oh, here is a wad of herbs. How do I turn it into dirt? Are you kidding? You said LOL after. So I hope you're joking, right? Because I hope you're joking and referring to something I said on a previous video, because if you are, then I get it. Papa Gilly, glad he was found. Oh my god, yeah. Really glad he was found alive at the very minimum. Yes. Like I said earlier, that situation is still kind of happening. We actually formed a little group of really seasoned workers that are dear friends of his, and we were all on the case. There's a group, I think there's 7 of us all together. We formed a little group together. We called it Gilly's Guardian Angels, and we tracked him down and we found him. The state he's in is unclear. We know he's alive. We know he's not physically injured, but the rest is still questionable. The rest is up in the air. So, and it's still kind of going on. So I'm not talking a whole lot about that situation until it's resolved. Let it decompose. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was joking about that question. There are a lot of superstitions when knitting and crocheting. Do you think you will ever touch on those? I'm actually I'm not familiar. I'm trying to think. I'm not really familiar with any knitting and crocheting superstitions. I'm seriously trying to think of anything I can think of that has to do with knitting and crocheting. I can't think of anything. You were joking. Okay, yeah, I thought you were. I just came on here and I am curious as to what this channel is about. It seems interesting. We're about FolkMagic, Rootwork, Conjure, witchcraft, all that stuff, and I'm here to answer people's questions on those subjects. That's what I do. I'm here to help people with my precious time. Praise Jesus! He's alive. Yes. We were all very thankful. Mint is good to ward off evil spirits placed in a dark room in your home. I'm trying to think. I mean, I know it's good for drawing in good stuff. I've not really used it for pushing out bad stuff. I go to other things for that. But yeah, I could see it working. Yeah. I'm one of the guardians of my local town, self-appointed, but we have not had a tornado hit lately since it is, after all, Tornado Alley. Yeah, I'm in the tornado area too. We haven't had any. Our tornado sirens went off about a month ago or so, but it didn't, wherever it wasn't close to us. But yeah, we've been fortunate since we moved here that, well, one time we kind of got in the midst of one. It's a weird story. We were actually, we were at the Salvation Army, like, shopping, and a fucking tornado hit, like, really fucking close, and we were all, like, huddled under the clothing racks. There was like 12 of us in the store, and they didn't really have a back, or a basement, to the store or anything like that, so we all just kind of hunkered down under all the clothing racks and stuff, and we were stuck in there for about 45 minutes. That one hit pretty damn close, but it didn't do a whole lot of damage, other than blowing some trees down and some shingles off and stuff. Also knit with a strand of your hair added to the first row if you're giving what you made to someone to keep them protected. That's interesting. I don't particularly know if I would give my hair to someone to protect them, though. That personally is my personal thing. I don't get my hair out. I could put something else in there to protect them, but I don't think I'd add my own hair to it, personally. You do your ancestors proud. A good and kind heart you are. Tell hubby to buy you another steak, right? Oh, so, man, I'm getting hungry, too. Oh, my God, y'all. It is after midnight. We started this at 9:30, and it's after midnight. What the fuck are y'all doing up? Y'all doing up with my ass. Do you ever find bad spirits actually smell like caca? Yes. Yep. I have had quite a few come around that smell like caca, smell like farts, smell like rotten eggs. I smelled all kinds of nasty from certain spirits and stuff. Yeah. And I'm actually clairsentient. I'm very sensitive to spirit smells, and I can smell shit that other people can't smell, and what's going on in there, y'all? My dog slid on the floor, like, yeah, I'm very sensitive to smells, and a lot of times when certain spirits come around, I can smell them. Before anything, I just smell, I'm very clairsentient, and I can also pick up scents and equate them to different experiences and different things and stuff like that. Like, example, we were with my husband's mother the other day, and she was having an iron infusion in the hospital. And, I expected to smell metal, while she was being infused and everything, but I suddenly smelled gasoline, like, out of nowhere in the hospital. And I'm like, why the fuck do I smell gas? Like, it was really weird. And I'm like, I'm looking around and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And she smelled it too, but my husband couldn't smell it. Like, he got right in the face where we were smelling it and he couldn't smell it. But I smelled it and then she smelled it, and it was like in the middle of the hospital, and I'm like, it was like a lawnmower gasoline smell. Like, it was really odd. And that's another thing, y'all. Y'all go to hospitals. My playlist is over. I gotta restart it. This was a long video, you guys. How are you not fucking sick of my ass? When you go to hospitals is another place like cemeteries. There, a lot of people have died in the hospitals. A lot of people are sick in the hospitals. A lot of people got caca on them in the hospitals. Some people that are in there showing physical symptoms are actually spiritually sick as well. So a hospitals are another place where spirits are very active and very present, and you want to cover your head and you want to protect yourself in those places. But yeah, the scents, I'm definitely with you on the scent. Caca. There are times I invoke bullshit icus. Bullshiticus. I got it. You hate tornadoes. Tornadoes, I know. It's about to be hurricane season around here. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. Keep your own personal hair, nails, etc. to yourself. Exactly. I don't let any of that shit out of my vicinity. I know, but it is a knitting superstition. Okay, if you go to Goodwill, you can usually find hair in the homemade scarves. That's interesting. I never noticed that. I do a lot of shopping at Goodwills and thrift stores and stuff. Never really noticed it. But I guess I really never looked because I don't really buy handmade scarves and stuff at thrift stores. So head scarves and wraps, yeah, but not like crocheted handmade stuff. I wonder why you don't have a bigger fan base. I guess people are so shallow and aren't really spiritual anymore. P.S. What is your religion? It seems like a mix of native and something else. My path... Oh God. How do I do this? I'm not telling people... See, I have initiated into an African traditional religion, and I'm a fairly new initiate. It's been a year. May 19th was my 1 year, my first year through initiation, and I'm not telling people my path yet until I know more how to... Because the ATRs are different, you guys, because there's so much ego, and it's the same as the Conjure community, but it gets a little bit worse when you get into the African tradition, because there's a lot of ego, there's a lot of competition, just like in the Conjure community and stuff, but it's like 10 times worse. So until I know my shit, and I know how to defend my shit, and I know what I'm doing, and I know how to work everything in the tradition and like all that, I'm not telling people what what religion it is. But everyone knows that I was born and raised in the tradition of Pennsylvania Dutch powwow. I've also been schooled in Hoodoo. There's some folk magic mixed in there with that as well. Not native. I really don't culture appropriate with the native traditions. I'm friends with a shit ton of natives and everything, and I learn from them. I learn about their culture and stuff, but I don't personally incorporate those things into my practice because it's not mine. So I hope that answers your question as best as possible. 9:30. See how awesome you are. I am not awesome. I'm really, really fucking not. Yeah, 12:30, y'all. We're gonna be cutting this off soon. But dude, the views are going up. Okay, so it's getting late and everybody's fucking bored, so now they're popping in. What the fuck? Hair and rosemary. Forget who told me that trick for protection. I've never heard these, all these things for using your hair for protection. The only thing I know about hair for protection is keeping it on your fucking head so nobody else gets it. And tag locks. You know, like I have a doll of me and I have my hair on it and my own clothes. Like I wore an outfit for like 3 days, like a shirt, and I sweated it up and I got it real funky with my, you know, my gunk, my shit. And I cut that shirt up and I made the outfit for the doll out of my clothes, and I made it out of my hair, and it's my own personal juju doll myself. But I had never heard all these theories on protecting yourself with your own hair. Or protecting others with your own hair. I've never heard these. 1:15 where you are. You must be on the East Coast. Clairsentient too. Yeah, it's crazy. The smells. Tobacco and roses. See, and my spirits communicate with me that way too. Like I was laying here the other day. I was just farting around and all of a sudden I started smelling pine sol out of nowhere, and I'm like, I gotta clean. Spirits are telling me to clean again. Like, that's a lot of times how they communicate with me, and it's weird because I know what they mean, you know, when I smell them. Empathy can smell everything. I don't know about that because the empathy thing is like brand new to me, as I talked about earlier, but I've always been clairsentient, even when I was a little kid. Play Blue Oyster Cult. It'll come around if I'm on that long. I think we're going to cut this in like 15 minutes. That'll be a 3-hour video, and I still got to get my bath and have stuff to do tonight. So we're going to cut it at 3 hours. So that'll be 1 a.m. on this time. Thinking about invoking Belial, one of the ancient gods. What are your thoughts on invocations? I think you better be goddamn sure that you can banish what you summon. That's my advice on invocations. If you're not goddamn sure you can get rid of it, don't fucking do it. Wonder Witch, so you are a witch. What religion are you? Sonia, do you mean Belial? I'm sure that's who she meant because that's how I read it, yeah. We have a maple syrup ghost and a wine ghost. I'm assuming you're talking about scent. It might be a good thing that she doesn't have a large fan base, since with fans come trolls, and it keeps things balanced. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll grow eventually. I'm not, you know, I don't care how big it is, as long as I'm helping. I look at it this way. The ones that are supposed to find me will find me. The spirits will lead them, and many have been led to me. And a lot of times, like, especially when I get personal messages, you know, in the inbox and stuff, I know damn well that they was led to me, and I'm the only person that can help this motherfucker. Like, the spirit brings the people that need what I'm giving. If people don't need what I'm giving, they ain't gonna be here. Spirit ain't gonna bring them. So, I look at it this way. The ones that are here need what I provide. Let me just put it that way. I'm still getting over the maple syrup and the wine ghost. I think you're talking about the smell thing. I can understand smelling maple syrup and stuff. But that's funny. Terminology you use there is hilarious. I do not reveal my past too much either. Yeah, it opens you up a lot. The Pennsylvania Dutch powwow. I am part German myself. Yep. I love powwow. It's a great tradition. And it works like a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Shit works good. Not Catholic anymore. No religion. I don't do the church thing so much besides God and Jesus. I work with other deities. I had a lot of black magic on me, and the only way out was to witch my way out. I completely understand that, honey. I hear you. Wonder I share the same path pretty much. Had a lot of black magic on me, and the only way to get rid of it was witchcraft. Yep. That brings a lot of people to... Oh, hi, J-Math. I didn't even realize you were here. Do I just... Hi. That brings a lot of people into it. And it also brings a fuck ton of people into the traditions, into the ATRs as well. Most of the people that come in for healing. And it's usually a life and death situation. It really is. Hecate coming knocking first. She is the shit. I hear about her a lot. I don't work with her. I work with other divinities of the crossroads, but not her in particular. Amethyst Moon is in PA. I think we talked about that before. Right? You're in like Philly or something, I believe. Spirits love Pine Sol. Yes, I love Pine Sol. Pine Sol's a shiznat. Y'all make a floor wash. Make with some goddamn Pine Sol. Love it. Because pine is very fucking good to remove negativity, for protection, positive energy. Like, pine is a shit. I put pine needles and all kinds of shit. Pine cones. Pine Sol, pine. I love pine. Pine fucking rocks for all kinds of work. I to tie on my man's bootstrings years ago before I started practicing. Somehow I did his ass very effectively. I always did strange crap like that. I can see that happening. But you're lucky that didn't backfire. Tying your hair to someone's shoes, if that backfired, that could actually get them dominating you. And have them walking on you and dominating you and having you bound to them. So you must be skilled at your craft, because that could have backfired really badly. It really could have. Shoes are really important in all kinds of conjure and work, and they're usually for dominating and controlling type works. So you're lucky that didn't backfire. Now, if you tied his hair to your shoe, that's a different story. I believe in feminine magic, anything that benefits women, and religions that are not oppressive to other groups of people. Awesome. That's a good way. Well, I still use the Trinity, but I hardly ever go to Catholic Church anymore. Yeah, I mean, I go for holy water. I go get my holy water and I get the fuck out. You know, churches are a lot of a racket, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen my video on, you know, it's entitled Hoodoo, Let's Talk About the Church. If you haven't seen it, go back, because I'm not going to rehash it right now. But, yeah, churches are a lot of, like, a racket kind of deal. Devil's Bit won't grow. Oh, planted all the seeds and still nothing. That sucks. I hate that. I planted some shit this year that didn't come up, too, like the Valerian. No luck. I planted something else that didn't come up. What the fuck was it? I was really disappointed because I really wanted to grow it. I don't remember what it was, but there was two things I planted this year that didn't fucking do anything. And I did finally receive all my other seeds, the belladonna, the henbane, and the cinquefoil and all that stuff I was going to grow. But I received them too late. It's too late to plant them this year. It's too late to start them. So they're in the freezer with all the other seeds, and we'll grow them next year. But at least I got them now. I wish they would have came sooner, but what you gonna do? It is what it is. Do you guys believe in zodiac signs? Yep, I do. I'm sure everybody in this room does too. I was talking about spirits that have... I hate these YouTube commercials. So annoying. I was talking about spirits that have strong smells. Yeah. No, I love that. Maple spirit ghost. No one here drinks wine, and one of the spirits around me smells like strong red wine, and the other one smells like raw maple syrup. Yeah, I mean, especially with ancestors, we can get some really odd smells. Like, I have a really good friend of mine, and every time her grandfather's around, she smells cake. Like, she knows if she starts smelling cake, like her grandpa's around, because I guess he loved cake, or something like that. But yeah, all spirits, you know, especially when it comes to ancestors. My voice is getting raspy, and we're cutting this off in 5 minutes. Especially when it comes to ancestors. That they will come with different smells to identify themselves to us. Yes, most definitely. I like hearing the different smells, like they're comical. You know, some of the smells that people, as spirits, portray. Your spirits are hot and around. I was freezing until I joined the chat. You are absolutely 100% correct. I have very fucking hot spirits. I've been hot this whole fucking time. So they're really... My spirits are really active this weekend, y'all. That's why you've been seeing the orbs and all this shit going on. There's, you know, there's lots of activity going around this weekend. I've been basically sweating my ass off the whole time I'm doing this video. I have really hot spirits, yes. Hold on, I lost some stuff. Okay. I'm trying to get to these because I am cutting it. Your spirits are hot. Okay, I read it. Mama, I'm going to say goodnight. Catch you. Good night, Denise. Yeah, we're going to cut this off in like 4 minutes. I found you by accident, and my teacher too. Spirit provides when you need it, and when you are ready. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yep, I am a firm believer in that. And if something's supposed to happen and it ain't happening yet, it ain't time yet. Everything is in divine timing. Everything happens when it's supposed to. So, like, you know, like, for me personally, I have stuff I'm supposed to receive, like, in my spiritual house, and I ain't in a rush. I am not in a rush. When I'm supposed to get it, the means to get it will arrive. And if it's not here, then I ain't supposed to have it yet. That's, you know, that's what everything is in spirit. Divine timing and synchronicity. Hi, I just found you a few days ago. Thank you so much for the info. Well, welcome, Avenging Goddess. I'm glad you have joined us. Even though we're cutting it off very fucking shortly, because I've been on here 3 hours. And I still gotta get my bath. I still got tons of shit I gotta do. Not revealing my zodiac because I am one of the icky zodiacs that people don't like. No, there's no icky zodiac. I'm the ickiest one of them all, and I told everybody my shit. I think I'm leaning more to Vedic astrology more than Western. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one, Vedic astrology. I'm familiar with a lot of astrologies. The Chinese, the Western, the Native, the Mayan. I don't think I've ever heard of Vedic. We gotta go. Night, y'all. Chronicles. Every sign has compatible and rival signs. Yeah, that's true. Okay, she cut off by... Did I cut off? Oh. They must put a time limit on these. Looks like the battery went kaput. Oh, I guess you guys aren't seeing me. Okay. Well. Oh. 12:30. Y'all lost me around 12:30? I didn't even know that shit was going on. That's crazy. Pottsville. Ha, I know where Pottsville's at. That's actually not too far from where I grew up. I grew up in Piketown. It's right by oh my god, Grantville. Grantville, yeah. Star Changers, a candle show. Mama, how do I buy from you? Primitive Roots. Conjure.com. That's me. Honey, you've been here so long. How you not know this shit? PrimitiveRootsConjure.com. That's my shop. My air just kicked on, y'all. I'm sweating my ass off. Found this channel through Spirit Tree channel. I love Spirit Tree. That's my girl. Awesome nothingness. Stay here. She's awesome and steers us right. Hey, Spirit Tree steer y'all right too. If y'all don't know Spirit Tree, you need to check her out. She's fucking old school and she knows her shit. Love my girl. We talk all the time. I know this shit. Night, mama. Okay, good night, Denise. It's 3 hours. It is 12:40. I am cutting this off before I lose my damn voice, and I gotta get my bath yet. Dude, I swear, I gotta watch this video again. How am I catching all this shit? I gotta watch it because I'm curious, because I'm seeing them over here, which is where the light is. But so I'm wondering if it's a moth or a fly or something, because it's like it keeps being over here. Maybe it's not even. I don't know. I gotta watch it again. Always try and debunk everything, guys. Don't go straight to it's a fucking spirit. Debunk that shit. That gives you belief and faith. Try and debunk everything. Got here late, but glad I got to see you. About to turn in. Good night, Sonia and Denise and Nothingness Chronicles and Marlene Lopez. Marlene Lopez has fucking soaps that are fucking divine, y'all. Get her damn soaps. They're fucking awesome. Western astrology, Gemini. Fucking Geminis. I was laughing with my friend about that today. I am surrounded by fucking Geminis. Like, fucking surrounded. My husband's a Gemini. My mother's a Gemini. My best friend's a Gemini. My godfather's a Gemini. His godfather's a Gemini. His wife's a Gemini. Like, I am fucking surrounded by motherfucking Geminis. It's crazy. Okay, we're cutting it. Go to the shop. That's loud now because I was listening to all the good shit. All right, go to the shop. Primitive Roots. Primitive Roots. Listen, see? My voice, I'm losing it, talking too long. PrimitiveRootsConjure.com. That's the shop. Like my Facebook page, Primitive Roots Appalachian Conjure on Facebook, and follow me on Instagram at primitive_roots_conjure. Hopefully, I will do the scheduled live on next Sunday, and hopefully by then everything will be settled the fuck down. I'm sorry I didn't get to it last Sunday, you guys, but I was crazy busy, and as y'all know, I give my precious time and energy to help everybody, and if I don't have it, I don't have it. if I'm busy, you gotta catch me when you catch me. That's why I'm doing it tonight, because I'm gonna be really busy this weekend. So I hope everybody learned something. I hope we had fun and we laughed about a lot of shit, and I hope I helped. I hope my time was well spent with everybody and everybody learned something. So, as always, like, subscribe, and share, and I will catch you on the flip side. Good night, y'all.